Many times, our egos want to relive the best parts of past experiences because they were so satisfying. Even a spiritually profound event might evoke a strong desire to repeat its intensity and beauty. In an effort to relive the emotions they felt at that moment, many people end up chasing after it. It could be the recollection of a once beautiful love or a spiritual moment from long ago. Even if the ego wants to hold on to these experiences forever, it eventually realizes that it can only hold on to so much. We may come to the realization that the ego's incessant drive to repeat itself is unhealthy in certain instances. As soon as we begin to feel as though anything, a person, an event, or a sensation must be present in our lives at all times, we may begin to perceive the imbalance. It becomes clear that our efforts are always insufficient, even if the person, the experience, or the emotion is still a part of our lives. Our egos will never stop wanting more. As we come to terms with the fact that wanting to own or control anything, particularly another person's time and presence, is undesirable and unsustainable, this persistent urge can lead to stress. The key to liberation is learning to see our wants not as a trap to get what we want, but as a window into who we really are. For example, in a partnership, it's vital to remember that each partner has their own life, space, and requirements. A feeling of imbalance might result from a need for constant companionship that goes against the urge for individuality. The key is to let go of the ego's relentless desire to own or recreate the past and instead find contentment in the here and now and in the connections we have. We make space for more meaningful relationships and experiences when we release this attachment. Becoming more at ease in your own company and making time for yourself should be your top priorities. Now, you need to delve deeper within yourself if you want to feel more at ease with that. Something I sometimes refer to, I haven't used this word here before, but I have been periodically using it recently, what I call the deep I. Not this I, the first person singular I, but the deep I, as opposed to the surface I. Naturally, the egoic identity is what people typically mean when they say I. The surface I. They make reference to me and my backstory, requirements, wants, fears, and aspirations. It's a I, but I refer to it as the surface I. Such things are associated with shapes and particular demands, ongoing needs. The I, on the outside, experiences constant or even chronic discomfort. At most, it's a sense of unease. For example, you might feel a little nauseous just after a very good dinner and a couple of glasses of wine. Nevertheless, you're definitely heading toward unconsciousness. For a short period after having sex, you may find that your cravings subside. Nevertheless, after about an hour, you may feel a reawakening of the discomfort. I read a book by Freud on this topic 30 years ago. The Unease in Culture, in its English version, was the title, but I can't recall the facts. According to him, society is based on a fundamental uneasiness. He claims that a society needs this discomfort. I'm not sure of the exact words, but I disagree with him. For German speakers among you, the original term for discomfort that Freud used was das Unbehagen, which is translated into English as une Unease Unbehagen. Anxiety seems to be there all the time. I need, it cries out, but you have no idea what that something is. All that's there is a neediness, and it floats around. Everything listed here is a sign of the surface I. Keep dwelling on the surface I, and these symptoms will persist. They stick around. That being said, you've come for the practice. You have come here with the intention of going beyond. of going beyond the superficial I. It's no longer central to who you are, but it will always be there. As a result, you calm down and your thoughts fade away. Afterwards, you start to notice, however dimly at first, a presence, an underlying presence, consciousness, or yourself as an experiencing self. It dawns on you that you are aware of your own consciousness. Moreover, it doesn't appear to be important at first. A thought occurs. And now what? It is, though, when you suddenly realize it. Oh yeah, I knew that today. Now what am I supposed to do with that? Is a common thought. So what's the next step? That being said, you need to make room for yourself, because that is precisely what you desire. Consider something else will keep popping into your head as you let yourself go deeper into thought. Consider your needs. On a deeper level, though, this is exactly what you require. The fact that you already own it makes its necessity less pressing. The key is to be aware that it's there. Keep in mind the profound I. No penance, 25 years of hard labor, or bringing it to yourself is required. It is already there. You can see it already. Therefore, when you go within, you need to allow yourself that room. I meant just that when I said we were heading here. Because you've come to the realization that this is where your problem can be solved. It's clear that you are the center of attention. Achieving it is inside your reach. Relax into a state of complete awareness without thought by tapping into your inner quiet. 5 seconds, followed by a slightly longer period. Visit the outdoors. Let nature assist you. Permit the tree to teach you tranquility as you gaze at it. If you stare at a tree for even just 2 minutes, you'll see that it's completely engulfed in silence. The more you focus on that, the more you'll be drawn to the vastness of the sky. Frequently, I capture images of the sky. I think I may have shown some of these before, but they had to be trimmed slightly. The original photo captures an even more expansive sky, which is something I really appreciate. The instant you absorb that, you become conscious of your own spaciousness. One should not think while gazing at the sky. One should simply take it all in. Then, you start to notice the presence that's absorbing everything. Truly, you are that. This stillness, this presence, becomes increasingly palpable within you. There, you learn to be at home with yourself, instead of constantly seeking home, as that is the ego state. And you discover that place doesn't require anything. They say, I'm trying to get home. But the question is, where is home? Not once do you ever get the sense that this is where I belong. Sometimes the location could fool you into thinking it's all that matters. That's fantastic. That is the English word for it, and the two are very similar. Therefore, look within for the solution. Live more from the profound I, and you'll find less need for the other. However, the deeper your connection to the other, the less reliant you will be on their needs, and more able to relate to them in their vitality and serenity. Just by being around someone who doesn't require anything, you might make the other desire to spend more time with you. Being with you makes the other person feel great, but that's not why you engage in it. You don't go there for that. When you connect with the deep I, many of the things you believe you need will be given to you, according to something published elsewhere. I can't remember where. We will include them. Could you please explain what added means? When you receive them, it signifies you've outgrown their necessity. They were unavailable at the time you required them. The universe is ironic in this way. It appears just when you least expect it, a sign that the cosmos or God is smiling down on you. Or he shows up. He avoids you at all costs when you really need him. A self-centered person would say, Well, that sucks. What happened to me is that when I was in my 20s, my ego was expanding rapidly, and I was increasingly unhappy. If a psychic had told me, "You will become a great spiritual teacher," my ego would have thought that was fantastic. I intend to excel as a spiritual guide. I would have been really thrilled. You would have heard, "But you have to die first," from a competent psychic. Being a great spiritual teacher may be fulfilling, but only after you've died to the illusion of self. However, you do not consider yourself a distinguished spiritual teacher, and you do not find any personal fulfillment in it. Sure, it's good to feel accomplished, but it's not like, "I did something." The ego would have responded, "I'm not sure if I want it anymore," had the psychic foretold that. So, the contradiction lies in the fact that it adds on. Before the things you believed you needed are piled on, make sure you seek and find that first. Incredibly, that works. The choice to watch this video was likely based on your desire to grow as a person and live in the now. A more fundamental awareness led to this choice. Therefore, I urge you to subscribe to this channel so you can continue your quest for self-discovery with the help of the new videos we release every day. As soon as you understand the gravity of this warning, please respond by writing "Now." Working together, we can complete this